So, you might have seen my film about women, or two films, two rants, women, film and me, and after that I was like, you know what, I'm shouting out there a lot, I should be doing something about this, I should be resolving to do something about it. And I thought, oh, I know I'll find like this woman, I'll find someone representative of this and I'll make a video about this and do that. And then after a while I thought, oh, that's the whole point though, isn't it? That's the point I didn't want to make. That's going against what I said about just picking up on things because they're women. But I had this other idea floating around my head about just making things, because I'm a big believer in, I don't like the idea of the word feminist, kind of drives me crazy, feminism, like we have to label something that people should just be anyway, you know? When I was in uni, I watched a film called Long Kiss Goodnight with Gina Davis, and it's a great film, and it's about this woman who's like, she's had amnesia and she has a baby and all this stuff, and then she finds out she's a hitman, and there's going to be some spoilers here, so if you don't want to know how the film ends, go away now. Okay. And anyway, she comes face to face with her old enemy, and she becomes this kind of brutal assassin again, and she's like, I don't need a kid, I don't need any of this, and I don't need to be a teacher. And at the end of the film, of course, she defeats her foe, and she gets reunited with her daughter. And there was this like feminist film essay that was like, oh, typical Hollywood, the woman is strong and that, and she has to be a mother again. That's the way it has to be. Typical Hollywood. And I was like, wait a second though, she's a mother, she loves her daughter, she loved her life, you know. Isn't this kind of cool in this film that she gets to be the strong woman and she gets to get her own back on the bad guys, and she gets to have her cake and eat it? And I always hated that, the idea of just going, there's a woman in the film, we have to find something to argue about it in this. And that's my problem with all of this, you know, like I ranted in the other video about just going, there's a woman in something, we have to go and adjust it and look at it. And to me, the real-time feminism has to be talked about is when it just sort of jumps out at you, when you actually see it, when your brain, as a woman, I watch something and I'm like, I'm not enjoying this TV show because all the women seem to be treated really badly. And you know, I watched Game of Thrones for the first time this year, and everybody loves Game of Thrones, lots of women love Game of Thrones, and I'm watching it, and as time goes on I'm like, are all the women going to show their boobs in this? Or are all the women going to have the threat of rape? And people kind of like to go, oh well, it's kind of olden times and this and that. It's not olden times, it's a fantasy film, you can do whatever the hell you want. Daenerys has dragons. You know, she has dragons, they can do whatever they want, like not threatening women with rape each week. That would be lovely. And you see, that's what it should be like. That's when we should really be arguing the case, is when it sort of jumps out like that. I mean, I know lots of times things are hidden away and they're kind of institutionalised, but to me that's the way I want to talk about women, through film and TV shows. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to make films about women doing things. I'm going to make films about things that happen to be about women. I know that kind of doesn't make sense, but it's the way I want to talk about it, and it's the way I feel. I mean, I want to say something, so this is the way I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it through TV and film, so I'm going to be making videos, and I'm going to be calling them. They're going to have a kind of, I'm not going to say like a film about women doing this. I'm probably just going to give them a prefix title like Us Too. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but hopefully it'll make sense with the videos I do. But it has to be talked about, because I think if anything infuriates me, you know, if I'm watching Game of Thrones and I'm getting infuriated, then it's something that needs to be talked about. On the back of me ranting as well, and by the way, you don't have to, if you're watching this video, don't go and watch those videos. Amusingly, was it half the number of people who watched the first video watched the second one, so people clearly saw me ranting for the first video and I thought, I have had enough of this. I'm not surprised, I had enough of it as well. I was considering deleting the videos, but I thought, no, I vented it, I got it out, did that. So, but on the back of those videos, despite deciding to do these videos, which really will come up in the year, I finally edited my short film, and that will be up this week. It'll be up with this video, so I should probably put a link down in the thing so you can see it. And it's about a woman, which you might like. And that's all I have to say about that for now, I think.